Hey everyone, Marsh from Consequence here. We're gonna go over Magmorax. We skipped Zeskarn for now. There'll be a video coming out on that soon once we re-clear. However, this boss here can take a short amount of pulls or a lot of pulls. So let's go through it. First, again, healing CDs. I highly advise looking at a healing CD makeup of a comp of yours and doing that. There is also some setup that needs to be done before the raid. So the liquid pack on Wago, which I'd say most guilds use, you can see us using here. And this setup here is very important, and you might be able to get better resolution on his video itself. But the idea of this week aura is to have soakers. This is the soak weak aura, and we'll go through that in a second on why we're setting it up in this order to maximize DPS. Then you also need the big circle soaks that needs to be set up, which is here. And you also need we have movement speeds assigns as well. So let's go through things. So to start, you can see we have some markers down. Every guild does this slightly different, but if you want to copy what we do, it works literally fine. So we're going to do the boss in this corner, and you're going to see the first reward come up. Also, Lustigon Pull gives you the most throughput, so that's what we do. So you'll see the first soak, and you'll see this soaking yell come out. I think the liquid pack has this. If not, you're going to have to configure something. But this is reading off of this line right here. So currently, I can't read it super well because of the lava, but currently it's Dev Evoker, Resto Druid, Holy Paladin, Demon Hunter, DK, and Frost Mage. Now, the reason that these groups are first is because they don't need to really stand still to do to maximize their throughput. So initially we had something else, but having people move during their throughput is really, really bad. So you want people in there who can move during their throughput easily, and they will get it done. So you can see here, this guy didn't have the soaking yell, which is interesting. But you can see, like, when you see someone soaking, you don't double up. So these guys get in, it's good. Now the next thing that comes out here is this pulls right here. You have one big soak and one small soak and two big soaks. So you want to position him in a way, like, unless it's like completely overlapping his boss model, you can drop him in pretty close. If you drop it too close, he'll gain stacks because he's going to be absorbing the pool. So you want to be close, but not too close is the best way of putting it. This is a decent example. And the idea here is that everyone who doesn't have the two small ones is soaking the big one. And then you're going to have two groups of people soaking left and right. So in our left group here, we have HPAL, Holy Priest, Resto Druid, Holy Priest, Windwalker Monk, and Enhancement Shaman. Now, putting the healers in the first one is ideal because this is the easiest part of the fight to heal. So you'll see all four healers are in that soak. In the right soak, we have tanks and a demon hunter. Some of our more sustained classes will go in there. So anyway, you got this breath, and then you have a knockback. Now there's a few things you can do with the knockback here. You can rescue people, you can bop people, you can gateway, and it's really up to your raid and really up to your healers to figure out how to handle this. So this guy's a hunter, so easy. And you'll see group 2 doing the soaks, and this is a marksman hunter, LA shaman, holy priest, rogue, woodwalker monk, arcane mage. And you can see they all have the soaking yell. These guys stayed in melee to keep DPSing the boss because they saw that every single one was taken with this weak aura, so they're not scrambling. And then we have this again. Also, you notice there's a left-right weak aura. And see, I want you to notice, look how close this guy was on the right here. The boss doesn't gain energy. That was probably like as close as physically possible you could do it, but the boss doesn't get energy. It's fine. And then in this group, we have the people going left is a Dev Evoker, Warlock, Arcane Mage, Ellie Shaman, Rep Paladin, Frost Mage, and then right is a Rep Paladin and the tanks. And you're gonna do this one more time. But however, Group 3 is gonna come out. This is everyone else that hasn't done. And you'll see the Soaking Wikora. We're good, and we are good to go. Now, one thing to note that I didn't mention about the soaks, the way we did it, depending on the list of the order, and I'm going to use him, I've been waiting for this because we'll use him as an example, is the way we have it listed in the order is the priority from left to right looking at the boss. So he is on the far right, which means he is going to be soaking the far right. However, we have a Warlock on the far left, so I would expect, I think I see him right here, the Warlock is getting the far left one. This is not, doesn't have to be perfect, but this is just kind of like a priority system we made so players don't clump up together. Perfect. And you have one more set of pulls here. We're going down, and this is going to be tanks and a Warlock on right, and then everyone else who didn't get it on left, and we're good. Now, the other thing to note about this mechanic, they're going to drop. Look at everyone do this. Everyone's moving in, or going to try to move in at the same time. So this guy was late, but everyone wants to move in at the same time, so they distribute the stacks evenly. Early part of Prague, we had people moving in too early, and not at the same time, or people just didn't go in, or they went in late, so that there was a non-equal spread of stacks, making some people extremely hard to heal. So that was not ideal. Once you take out these pools, now you're going to start moving around the room. Getting later into this fight, though, you'll see that the stacks, we're starting to get stacks, and it really depends on like what mechanics you got and why and how many stacks you have. But you have a Stomp here, and again, you have a choice of Bop, Gateway, you have to assign all these things, Rescue, and a Frontal. And then now we're back at Group 1 again. So Group 1 is Soaking. Good. And now we need these. Oh, where's this guy going? No, come back. So we need these over here, and you can see our position where we drop, but we want to be stacking these on the wall, so it gives us the max room by the end of the fight. These drops now will always go near the boss, but make sure again you're not giving him power, so he should be good here. And you need to start like rotating, if possible, externals on the people who get the soak because they're in the most danger. So that guy was a Rep Paladin, so he wasn't going to die. But like if a mage or a priest or a hunter get it, they need the personal, and on top of that, potentially need to receive a external. So we'll keep moving. Okay, so you got the pulls coming up again after the soak. This is Group 2. You can see the Soaking Wikora. People are setting up in their priority system from left to right. And you'll see that these circles are coming out, and they're going to go put them on this wall here. See how they're putting them on the wall? They're not putting them towards the mid, always on the wall. This soak's coming down. Hopefully we externaled, but it's not super dangerous yet. And we're good. And we'll keep moving around the room. So that's 2 drops that we did. There's a breath. There's a knockback here. And again, we always look at these short gateways. We always do the gateways just in case someone decided to do it. So he turtled that one. He also has a soak, so he's going to soak this. Again, he's on the right side of the note, so his priority is right. And the tank just took that one. The tanks aren't in the note, but they're welcome to help just to like prevent someone from getting a debuff. Taking additional stacks. So again, on the wall. This guy drops, probably got an external, probably personaled, and we're good. So that's the third one. And we keep moving around the room. This is the third group. Oh wait, no, this is the second group. but it doesn't matter. So the group soaks, and again, these guys should be going to the wall. Getting movement, CDs as well is really important. He drops it here, but look how low people get. Look at it. Look at this one. All right. So again, making sure that people have external, like the guy who has it has external, is really good. This needs to be healed up ASAP. And we have a breath coming. We're going to keep moving. So now you can see that our drops, since they were on the wall, we have a lot of room here to work with. So now we're moving in, and we're going to just be cuddling in this corner for the rest of the fight. These guys are going to go out. They're going to try to get on that wall. Perfect. We soak this one. And we're good. And we're just dealing with the space. Now we're in execute phase. If these people with the big ones weren't getting externals then, they would have died 100%. Soaking group is out. One thing to note is these can land in the pools. So you want to be stepping in those last second. We'll see if we get that at the end here. During this set here, this is set 9. I believe we sack it, if I remember. So set 9 on. Your job is to get as far out as possible because he's going to try to make it back, but he's going to get... oh my god, he lived at 63 stacks. Okay, there he goes. So you want to get as far out as possible because without split soakers, it's just going to be a massive pool. So dying is really good. And you cannot res. Like, I think I'm saying in comms, don't res, don't res, don't res. There was a bug early on where if you like resed over 40 stacks, you'd instantly die. I think the Mythic mechanic is over 50 stacks. But yeah, don't res at high stacks. You're just going to die instantly. So the next knockback coming, again, this is like gotta be gateway or bops or whatever. And you can see only a few people got knocked back, but it's some of our tankier people. This guy's bubbled. But as I said here, these can spawn in shit spots. Immunity, probably going to be a tank or an immunity. There was a turtle in there. So making, like, even if you already soaked a previous set and you can't soak in theory, you have immunity, using it there is really important. And other than that, these are just sacked as far as possible. They'll just be going back. And you go from here. So he hits full energy and he just starts pulsing the raid, and that's it. But that's Magmorax. Hopefully this helped. I know some guilds kind of struggle in this boss, some don't. But hopefully whatever I said helps. Takeaways. Weak auras, extremely powerful. Make sure you set up all the correct weak auras. The soaking say is really important. Get your note right. Make sure people understand how to do the big circles early on in the fight by moving it together. Making sure that the healers and the warlocks and like the evokers and the paladins all work together. They make sure the knockback immunities are good. But other than that, that's all I got for this fight. So just map it out, all your drops, and you should be good to go. Neltharion's next. The fight, I don't have footage of the current fight, but we'll work with what I have just so I can get it out. But other than that, I'm out. Peace.